Welcome to your first breath. We're going to start our class today lying on our backs. I'm going to ask that you bend your knees. You want to have your heels in line with your sit bones, and I'd like for your spine to be neutral. So we want that small space between the mat and our lower back. Place your hands on your ribcage. Once you're here, wriggle around to make sure you're in a neutral position. Nothing should feel forced in this moment. As you inhale, I want you to focus on really breathing into your ribcage. And as you exhale, I would like you to think about drawing up through your pelvic floor, all the way up to the top of your ribs. You should notice as you exhale, your fingertips will move closer together. So as you inhale, the ribs will expand and space will be created between your two fingertips. And as you exhale, drawing the pelvic floor up and using your abdominals to draw your ribs together, you should notice your fingertips come closer. Let's repeat this for another 8 rounds, moving with your breath. Inhaling nice and deeply into your ribcage and expanding them as you inhale. Exhale, drawing your pelvic floor up, connecting that movement, feeling that engagement of the abdominals as you expel all that air. Pursing your lips if you need to. Inhaling through the nose, nice and deeply now. Aim not to breathe into your upper chest. You want your ribs to expand on the mat, taking up more space. And then exhale, draw up through pelvic floor. Closing off that space between fingertips. We've got 6 more. 5. 4. 3. 2. And last one. Can your ribcage get any wider on that mat as you expand and fill your lungs with oxygen? And exhale, really imagine drawing up through pelvic floor. Feel your abdominals engage and draw closer together. Close that space between fingertips. Well done. That's your first exercise. You did a great job. Now let's work on some pelvic floor endurance. In a neutral spine, heavy through the back of the head, heavy through the back of the shoulders. Wriggle around here if you need to make sure that nothing's being forced in this moment. If you would like, place your hands on your ribcage so you can have greater awareness around where you're breathing into. Big breath in. As you exhale, you're going to draw up and on your pelvic floor, really thinking about that internal zip, drawing that belly button towards the spine but also up. Once you have fully zipped up your core, you're going to take a breath in again. You're then going to exhale, still keeping your pelvic floor, your zip on. Breathe one more time for me if you can. In and then out. And then on your next inhale, let it all go. Fully relax. So for that movement, your lower spine shouldn't have moved at all, and neither should your pelvis. You want to be controlling all of these movements in your neutral spine and your neutral pelvis. So let's try that again. Nice big inhale. Exhale, draw on your pelvic floor. Think about that zipper. Fully expel that air, zipping up all the way up. Inhale here. Exhale. Keep that hold. Inhale. Exhale. Let's keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release. Let that pelvic floor fully relax. As much as it's important to engage our pelvic floor, it's also important to completely relax our pelvic floor. We want to prevent any type of overstraining or overwork. We're going to keep these on the move for another 3 rounds, aiming to get to 5. Inhaling here. Lungs expand on the mat, taking up space. Exhale, draw that pelvic floor. Create that zip-like feeling through your abdominals. Hold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let it all go. Nice work. Let's try 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Pelvic floor is on. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Fully release. Last round here. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. Draw up pelvic floor. Zip it all the way on and up. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Fully release. Well done. That's really challenging. Imprinting. Imprinting our spine is one of the things that we really must know about when practicing Pilates. We need to know this movement because it allows us to really understand the connection between the movement of imprinting our spine into the mat and understanding how that affects and impacts the rest of the body systems as we move. To begin our imprinting today, lying down on your mat, heels directly in line with your sit bones, heavy through back of head and heavy through back of the shoulders. Nice deep lateral inhale. Exhale, draw up through pelvic floor. Imagine as you exhale your hip bones coming towards one another, like you're wearing a corset and it's getting closer and closer. As you continue to expel that breath, start to tilt your pelvis towards your face, closing the space between your lower back and the mat. This is an imprinted spine. Inhale, rock your pelvis back to its neutral start position. Exhale, draw on through pelvic floor, rock that pelvis back. Very good. Inhale away. Exhale, draw on pelvic floor, tighten that corset, rock the hips towards you. Inhale away. Exhale. Draw it all on and up towards you. Inhale up. Layering onto everything we've learned so far, we're going to take a lovely big inhale into our lungs. We're going to exhale, draw up pelvic floor. Tuck your pelvis, close the space between lower back and the mat. Use your hands here to push down into your mat. Peel your spine up off the mat. Inhale at the top here. Breathing into that lungs, those rib cage. Exhale slowly. Articulate your spine back down onto the mat. Inhale to return your pelvis and spine to their neutral start position. Exhale, draw on pelvic floor. Tuck your pelvis. Peel your spine off of the mat by pushing down into your heels and hands. Inhale here. Exhale slowly. Imprint that spine back down onto the mat. Inhaling to let it return to neutral. Exhale. Pelvic floor. Tuck with pelvis. Push down through heels. Peel spine up. Think about your knees traveling forward here, guys. Inhale at the top. Exhale. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Peel back down. Quads might start to fire here, guys, as you control that spine back down. Inhale, return to neutral. Exhale. Peel up. Heavy through heels. Knees tracking forward. Remembering as we get to the top of our bridge, we want to keep those ribs in line with our hip bones here. Big inhale into those lungs. Exhale. Slowly peel that spine back down. Inhale, rock to neutral. Exhale. Push down through heels. Glutes are on. Knees tracking forward. Inhale here. Keep those ribs in line with your hips. Exhale to calm back down. You've got 4 more. Big inhale, return that pelvis to neutral. Exhale. Tuck that pelvis towards you, push down through heels, knees travel forward. Keep ribs in line with your hips. Inhale. Exhale, slowly articulate spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, connecting back down with the mat. Tailbone should be last. Inhaling, let that pelvis rock away, return to neutral. Exhale, tuck. Push. Lengthen. Big inhale into that lungs, that rib cage. Exhale, slowly peel back down. 1 more here, guys. Inhale. Exhale, draw pelvic floor, tuck of pelvis, push through heels, knees track forward. Inhale, ribs in line with hips. Lungs extend. Exhale. Slowly articulate that spine back down to the mat. Inhale, return to neutral. Good job. Now we're going to work on our heel slides. So for our heel slides, we're going to be lying on our back, heavy through the back of the head, heavy through the back of the shoulders. From here, you want to make sure that you're in a neutral spine, so we have that space under the mat between our back and our pelvis is neutral. From here, we're going to take a nice big lateral breath into our ribcage, expanding the space we take from the mat. We're going to exhale, draw up the pelvic floor, create that zipping sensation. As you do so, you're going to slide your right heel away from the body. You're going to inhale once leg is extended. Exhale. Draw again on that pelvic floor. Draw your heel back to its start position. Inhale. Let's go again. Exhale. Draw up pelvic floor. Send heel away. Inhale to hold. Exhale, draw it up. Re-engaging that pelvic floor each time. It's okay to lose it. Inhale, relax. Let's keep this on the move. Exhale, send it away. Inhale, hold. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, relax. Exhale, hold and pull that pelvic floor towards you. Send that heel away. Hold as you inhale that leg out. Exhale, reconnect that pelvic floor if you've lost it. Draw your leg in. Use your core to help you draw your leg back in. Almost there, 2 more to go. Take a nice big inhale. I know you start to fatigue here, the pelvic floor gets tired. Fully relax that pelvic floor each time. Work with your breath. Really draw up again that pelvic floor as you slide that heel in. Fantastic work. Now onto our other side. We always want to remember that in between exercises, we take a moment to take a lovely big deep breath in, filling up that space in our rib cage, expanding through the lungs. Regroup. There's a lot of mind-body connection that's taking place, so we need to be gentle with ourselves. If you need to place the hands on the ribs to better help that connection and that breathing into the rib cage, please do so. Neutral spine, space between your lower back and the mat, neutral pelvis. From here, take a nice big inhale into those lungs. Taking up more space, breathing into the back of the lungs here. Exhale, draw up your pelvic floor. Imagine you're doing up that zip. Send your heel away. Inhale to hold pelvic floor connection. Exhale, use your pelvic floor. Help you drag your heel back in. Let's keep going. Work with your breath. You're doing so well. Keep going. remember to fully relax in between each round. This is 10, you're doing so well. Well done, so challenging, you did such a good job. Let's melt into a small moment of relaxation. Allow your feet to drop out to the side. Place your hands so that your palms are facing up towards the ceiling. Allow yourself to be heavy in the head, heavy through backs of shoulders. You might even notice your hands drifting away from the body as they stop being forced to be in any particular place. And just breathing. Breathe nice and deeply into the belly, and with every exhale, really focus on just letting go. So much of class is about moving with so much intention, breath synchronizing every move, listening to your body, tuning into those small muscles, deepening your connection to your body. It's nice to just take a moment and just be. Allow your toes to fully relax. Your heels to feel heavy into the floor. Notice your breath. So nice and steady and calm. Able to find a moment of stillness. Listen to the noises around you. Be fully present in this moment. Notice the heaviness of your head as it lies on the floor. And if you haven't already, close down the eyes. Relax for a moment. Start to wriggle those toes and fingers. Bring sensation back to the body. Bring one palm and then the other to your heart center. Take a nice big inhale here. Feeling up the belly. Exhale. And one more breath. Thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you next time.